From DTV Studios, it's DTV News with Robin Chan, Jessica Sitko, and Sports with Jessica Bridenstine. DHS's news source.
Good afternoon, Davison, and welcome to today's edition of DTV News Live. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, 2009.
The weather outside is getting colder as the day progresses, but we have all the new, hot, and exciting news from Davison to warm you up. I'm Robin Chan alongside Jessica Sitko, and we will kick off today's newscast with a new trend happening throughout the halls of DHS. Waking up in the morning and staying awake during the school day can be the biggest challenge for some drowsy high school students, and many of them are turning to energy drinks to give them a boost. DTV's health reporter Chelsea Coots takes a look at this trend that isn't as healthy as you may think.
In today's fast-paced world, the average person is on the go most of their time. To put an extra pep in their step, many people, teens included, are turning to a new trend: the energy drink.
I used to drink it back my senior year before I graduated. I drank one probably at least once a week. During some periods of my time, I actually had one like 3 a day.
Over the past few years, the shelves of party stores have exploded with the staggering numbers of different energy drinks.
They had a few flavors out. They sold out all the time. Now there's we have a big supply of them now. People come in, we better have them because they'll get angry. They're addicted. They're completely addicted.
In most energy drinks, you will find caffeine, guarana, and many other addictive ingredients. These ingredients, which are typically stimulants and amino acids, create side effects such as sleeplessness, headaches, nausea, vomiting, and heart palpitations. Great for a quick boost, but a big crash in a few hours. To avoid the crash associated with energy drinks, the Genesee County Health Department says to switch to water and grab a healthy breakfast. Chelsea Coots, DTV News.
Thanks, Chelsea. The need to use energy drinks is fueled by the disturbing lack of sleep that a lot of teenagers get.
Definitely. I know a normal high school student should get about 8 hours of sleep, but with my busy schedule, I don't even come close to that. DTV's Corinne Taborn is here to fill us in. Corinne?
Well, Robin, you are certainly not alone. As you said, many students find it hard to get the sleep they need to be alert and healthy throughout the day. But what you may be surprised to find out is what some students are doing instead of sleeping.
I usually draw or sing or sit and watch TV.
I get on MySpace or write songs.
I think students are really busy. They have a lot of things going on with sports or staying up playing video games or texting, or they just need to slow down and know when to say, I gotta go to bed, I'm tired.
Sleep deprivation contributes to a loss of focus and a short attention span. Not getting the correct amount of sleep weakens the body's immune system, which leads to getting sick more often. Tiredness is a gateway to becoming addicted to caffeine and energy drinks, which are high in sugar and unnatural substances, which is once again bad for your overall health. As you can see, regularly getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep each night just isn't enough. Students need to put down the cell phones and the video games and sometimes even the books and get some sleep. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Corinne. That's good information for students, especially with MME testing and finals just around the corner. Unfortunately, some students will not be receiving the extra sleep our delayed Wednesday mornings give us due to some early morning meetings. The halls of DHS will be bustling tomorrow morning as Student Council will have various meetings discussing plans for this year's prom, starting in Miss Kelsey's room at 8:45, where all Student Council members will gather. Following that meeting, the junior class officers and representatives will make their way to Mrs. Abinaj's room for another meeting at 9. Also at 9, NHS members will be meeting the auditorium. Attendance is mandatory.
Coming up after the break,
the absence of a loved one is always a painstaking experience. Later in the newscast, DTV's Brittany Crowder examines the emotional toll placed upon a soldier and his family.
Plus, Jessica Bridenstine is on the sports desk, serving up highlights of Friday's boys basketball game against Carmen. Catch that and more when we return.
Here at DTV, we take pride in bringing your news right into your living room.
Covering news, sports, and everything else important in a student's life. DTV has become a valued part of the Davison community. newscasts, sporting events, and special features, DTV never stops working for you, the viewer at home.
But one can never truly get the full picture if you stay in one place. DTV gets out of the studio and into the real world to find the issues that impacts our community the most. DTV, covering your news, sports,
and student life here at DHS.
DTV, staying #1 for you.
Welcome back, Davison. NHS will be hosting a blood drive next Tuesday in the AMR from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Red Cross blood supply is at an all-time low and everybody's contribution is needed. Students who would like to donate may sign up at all lunches throughout the week. Students interested in careers in engineering or entrepreneurship are invited to participate in a Career Quest conference at Kettering University on Thursday, January 29th. This conference is open to students in grades 9 through 12 and the registration deadline is tomorrow. Interested students should see Mrs. Horning in the Career Center for a registration form as soon as possible. Although there is a new president of the White House, the war in Iraq still rolls on, leaving many families, even students here at DHS, praying for the safe return of their friends and family overseas.
DTV's reporter Brittany Crowder looked into one soldier's life to try and understand how he and his family handled the deployment.
Due to the war in the Middle East, many American lives have been changed. For years, soldiers have been sent overseas and families have been separated. All the soldiers knew was peace, but now they had to take a different route. But what's it like for a family in which one is overseas? And what's it like for families at home without their loved ones?
They, fight for our country, but you never know when they might get called up and may have to leave home. And you never know how long the time they have to be gone.
Just recently, Major Lawrence Crowder has been sent overseas and is now currently stationed in Iraq. And sometimes, with it being so violent and dealing with the time difference, for families at home, it can put a lot on their shoulders.
You just do what you can and concentrate on the family and everything that's at hand and the home front, and you pray for everyone's safety and safe return.
But sometimes situations occur and soldiers don't make it back to the home front. But those soldiers who are still fighting overseas, their biggest comfort is writing letters home.
I finally got my destination, Ballard Air Base, today. It took longer than what I thought. Today was very exhausting. I didn't sleep again last night, but I had the chance to catch my plane early in the morning hours. Bottom line, I miss you guys. Deep down, it truly aches, and it's going to be a very long time. Today is Sunday, and I'm still trying to learn everything. Last night, I got to bed at a reasonable time. I remember throwing the sheets back and touching the "We love you" sign you guys made for me. It's within reach and always brings a smile. No matter how bad a day it could be, it always brings me that smile. I just can't wait till I'm homebound and call you guys and hear your voices. Love always and forever.
But for now, the war still rages on, and soldiers continue sending letters home to loved ones, with hope that this war will all come to an end very soon. Brittany Crowder, DTV News.
Thanks, Brittany. The boys basketball team traveled to Carmen to take on the Cavaliers Friday. Jessica Breitenstein has more on sports. Jessica?
Hey Davison, I'm Jessica Bridenstine, and I've got all the sporting news you need for this ice-cold Tuesday afternoon. The crowd was crazy as the boys varsity basketball team traveled to Carmen Ainsworth to take on the 5-3 Cavaliers. Both teams were shooting the lights out early. Junior Glenn Cozy nailed the shot from downtown, giving the Cavaliers an 8-point lead in the second quarter. Senior Danny Swain would answer back with a 3-point of his own to keep the Cardinals close. On the next possession, Ryan Schultz knocks the ball away and starts off the fast break. Junior Jake Thompson lobs it up to Brandon Hendershot, who throws it back to Schultz, who started the play and would finish it up with a layup, bringing the Cardinals within 3 points. But sadly, that would be it for the Cardinals. The Cavaliers would take over and win the game 61-50. Carmen improved their Big Nine standings to a record of 2-1, and Davison went down to a record of 1-2. The Cardinals will attempt a victory to tie the record this Friday at home against the Flushing Raiders. The girls were in action against their arch rivals, the Grand Blanc Bobcats. Grand Blanc would lead for most of the first half, but the Lady Cards would mount a comeback in the third quarter. Lauren Bellamy hits the three-point shot and is knocked to the floor with a foul. She would miss the free throw, but the girls shooting 7 for 12 from downtown would lead them back to their first home Big Nine victory of the season. The girls will take on Flint Northwestern in the home gym this Thursday. Good luck goes out to all the Lady Cards. The varsity hockey team squared off against Grand Blanc last night. Davison dominated the first half, gaining a 2-0 lead. Dylan Welch and Travis Cardo unfortunately ended up scoring the only 2 goals made for Davison. Penalty trouble would cost the Cardinals as the Bobcats would score 5 unanswered and win the game 5-2. The boys will take on Brighton tomorrow night at Perani Arena. Today there's a mandatory sign-up meeting for everyone interested in playing lacrosse this spring at 2:45 p.m. in the auditorium. Be prepared for a workout after the meeting. Well, sadly, those are all the sports I have for you today. Now let's take it back to your news anchors at the desk, Jessica and Robin.
On the other side of the break,
DTV's Jessica Snicko takes a closer look at the rhythm and rhyme of one student musician and the process that drives him as an artist.
Dre! You're gonna be late!
Welcome back, Davison. There are over 300 students in each of the 4 graduating classes this year. With all these students roaming the halls, it is hard to know each individual's special talents. I took a look into one student's interest in music.
There's people who can play music, and then there's musicians who create themselves.
While most teens are listening to their iPods or CDs, one DHS student is busy making music of his own. Cody Valdez, a senior at Davison, spends most of his free time jamming on his guitar and rocking out on the drums.
I am a rhythm freak, so I love to play drums, but you play something for so long that you kind of get, not bored, but you just feel like exploring. So that's when I started getting into guitar.
In Cody's opinion, the best part of being in a band isn't getting a chance to become famous.
At this age, you're really not looking to make it anywhere right away. It's more or less just bouncing ideas back and forth, learning process, learning how to play with other people is most important, and having a good time, of course.
He also uses music as a way to portray his emotions.
It's the best way to express yourself. I think music has more to say than words.
According to Cody, finding inspiration for a song is a lot easier than you would think.
Inspiration is found anywhere. It's just how you perceive things. So you kind of mold it like clay. Clay starts off as a block, and then you start to mold it. It's like a skill. One thing you learn how to do in music is be able to take things in differently and being able to kind of like put your own spin on it.
Although Cody's already so musically gifted, he wouldn't mind learning more.
Piano I'd like to get better at. I can play piano because I can read, but I've never really taken the time to get into it. But yeah, anything that I can do to further the learning process, I'm up for it, because that's pretty much where I'm going with my life.
Reporting for DTV News Live, I'm Jessica Smitko.
You know, I have to say, Cody really is a talented musician, to play not only the guitar, but the drums as well.
Yeah, I know. The closest I can come to that is Rock Band, and even then I fail.
Well, you know, maybe you could get him to give you some lessons at some point.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Davison, it's that time again that we've reached the end of our newscast. Thank you for tuning into DTV News Live to catch all of your news, sports, and student life. I'm Robin Chan.
And I'm Jessica Smitko. Have a wonderful afternoon, and please remember, the roads are very slick today, so drive home safely.